everyone, am I audible? Just let me know through your comments if I am properly audible, because CLAT 2024 is done and here we are at the Get Set Lot channel to understand how the exam was. Was it difficult? Was it easy? What was the reaction? And to understand everything about CLAT 2024. So without wasting time, let's go ahead. The first take. So the first take is all about how exactly students felt when they went through the question paper, and anonymously, collectively, in general, everybody has just one thing to say, that it was extremely easy. In fact, since CLAT changed its question number, so pehle 150 questions the, then it came down to 120 questions. And since the questions number was, decreased with good 30 questions, everybody expected कि यार 2 घंटे का पेपर होगा, 120 questions होंगे. So for some reason, consortium might come up with this particular exam as a very lengthy one or maybe difficult one. Maybe some questions would be tricky. Turns out ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है. Maybe consortium was ready to serve you this particular exam on platter, saying कि इतना easy questions है, इतने easy paper है, इतने easy sections है, सबको ही कर लेना चाहिए. So the first take is just one thing, that it was as good as you solving your first few mocks of your CLAT preparation, where things were easy. Everybody made questions in such a manner that, just by reading the question, you could understand all the answers or at least go through all the options easy manner. Going ahead, what were the highlights? So highlights is basically कि क्या हमने सोचा था और क्या हुआ, क्या प्लान करके गए थे कि ये particular passage आ सकता है, that particular topic might show up, but what exactly happened. So going ahead with the highlights of CLAT 2024, the first is the cutoff. Yes, because the paper was so easy, the cutoff is going to be high. The ideal number of attempts has to be somewhere above 90 plus. Yes, out of 120, I know 90 plus sounds like a huge number when we are talking about the question paper, which was just 120 marks, but it is true. With such easy paper, with such easy questions, passages which you have already, read before, passages which you were generally aware of. अगर इतना पेपर इजी था तो 95 प्लस अटेम्प्ट वाज वेरी इजी. इनफैक्ट अगर ये नहीं किए हैं तो हो सकता है थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेस होना चाहिए तुम्हें, बट इफ यू हैव अटेम्प्टेड 90 प्लस क्वेश्चंस, यू आर एट अ सेफ प्लेस. सेकेंडली, जैसे when I asked students how was your paper and what was your first reaction, they said कि हमने जैसे ही current affairs का section खोला, the first thought was कि oh, is this legal reasoning? Because the first in a particular set there was first passage which was on constitution, and you generally do not expect कि current affairs section में constitution का पहला passage होगा, but that was the thing. In fact, a lot of students thought कि उन्होंने गलत section खोल लिया, ऊपर का heading अलग है, and that was not the case. In fact, surprisingly, there was a passage on Jallianwala Bagh. Yeah, so you might have gone through all the happenings, but the passages were easy. The passages on current affairs were on G20 summit, Hamas Palestine. So these are the things I believe that each one of you would have definitely read before going for your CLAT exam. And Shakespeare and Modi ji, yes. So there were passages completely based on Shakespeare's novel. There was another passage based on a particular book. In fact, book के बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे parts थे जो passages के form में आए, and a script on Modi ji. So I am sure a lot of Modi fan out there would have been rejoicing कि बहुत ऐसा कुछ passage पढ़ने मिल रहा है, which is very interesting. You might want to read. So there were passages on Shakespeare and Modi ji. To everybody's surprise, hardly a question, hardly a passage on criminal law, hardly a question on contract law. And now I wonder कि जब next time हम तुम्हें constitution या criminal law या contracts की पूरी theory पढ़ाएंगे, you guys would be like कि नहीं मैम ये तो नहीं आता है. But trust me, this is just one particular year where there were no contracts, no criminal law. In fact, there were passages based on family law. There was a passage based on defamation. There was a passage based on the General Juvenile Justice Act. So these are things which, apart from the core, are also now the integral part, more like a contemporary law, which I am sure all the Get Set Law students have read the entire year, would have attended our sessions where we specifically had sessions on these certain topics. सो किड्स एट लॉ वाले बच्चों के लिए तो बिल्कुल भी दिक्कत नहीं होगी. बट गोइंग अहेड, व्हाट अदर थिंग्स? The legal reasoning questions were one-liner, yes, except for the couple of 1 or 2 passages. Majority of the questions were not very difficult. In fact, all throughout the year, I kept telling students again and again, you know, passages could be lengthy. In fact, questions would be lengthy as compared to CLAT 2023. Yes, CLAT 2023, the legal reasoning section had certain questions which were very lengthy. You had to go through the entire situation given there, understand the situation and deduce an answer. But for this particular CLAT 2024, there were just 1 or 2 passages with such lengthy questions. Rest all were mostly one-liners, easy questions, easy to comprehend and even easier to answer. Another thing, logical reasoning. The passages were super easy. In fact, passages were not even lengthy at all. The passages were such that, you know, you can read and comprehend things easily. The passages, in fact, were very short also. So there was not so much information. And while reading the passage itself, you were able to understand what could all the question be. So that was all about the first impression, the first take of CLAT 2024. Now, moving ahead. What next? Yes, so CLAT 2024 is over. And for all the students who are rejoicing कि finally exam खत्म हो गया है and there would be other things to focus on, do come and attend a session on what after CLAT. Yes, we are not going to talk about the study plan. We are not going to talk about any other exam. We are not going to talk about anything serious. This is more of a fun session, more of a session to understand कि अब CLAT हो चुका है, next क्या करना चाहिए. Of course, sleep well, have a good time, spend a lot of time with your family, go out, but come and attend our session on 16th of December on what after CLAT. We will see you in a while with a section-wise analysis of all the 5 sections of CLAT 2024 in few minutes. Thank you.